Hello, I'm Tim Wilson, and this is my presentation on accreditation with regards to technology. Uh, the school for which I work, the Tennessee College of Applied Technologies, use COE as their governing body for accreditation, Council on Occupational Education. It is a umbrella of SACS, and there's very limited information on the accreditation with regards to technology. Now, I found special interest in this because the administration is entertaining the thought of utilizing online learning for students where they would not physically have to be on campus. At present, the requirements are for the student to be on campus because their transcripts are based on the hours physically in class with training and hands-on, that type of thing. But there's an entertainment to delve into online learning where they can do their academics from a remote location, whether it's home or wherever they have access, and then they would come to campus. This is an abbreviated plan without going into detail. Come on campus to do their hands-on proof and perhaps testing. They're not quite sure. But under Standard 11, under distance learning, it's quite generic. But I did notice there are three areas of interest that they address. They address, for personnel, they address the student, the faculty, and the tech support. Under the student, there's a few things that they want to know uh, for accreditation. That are there things in place that can assure that the student who is registering is the student who will be taking the course. Um, that's one area of concern, and that they have to meet certain minimal requirements academically, whether it's reading, writing, and arithmetic. Those things are laid out in a written policy that they do have qualified students to be able to take that. And as the student, do they have accessibility to to the software, whether it's D2L or whatever the platform is, to access the online learning. The second is the faculty. There's a few things. Has the faculty been adequately trained on how to utilize fully and to be able to troubleshoot somewhat the online site? Uh, their concern is that the faculty is engaged and they're qualified to teach the program, that it's not just um, someone doing it by proxy for a faculty member, but it's actually the faculty member, and they're trained in the subject area and trained on how to use D2L or whatever the platform is. I'm just using D2L as an example in this case. The second is the tech support. Is there readily access? They don't necessarily, according to the Standard 11, have to be on site, but do you have easy access to tech support should there be a crash or some sort of problem? The standard is there things put in place for reliability, that the program is reliable, that regular maintenance is performed on the platform, security, that because of FERPA and things like that student records is not easily accessible through a secure site, that that any other person other than the student can't get access to student information, whether it's their address, their social security, and or their grades, um, and that they have accessibility. For security, uh, what falls under that security is that are there things in place, what I mentioned just earlier, um, are there things put in place that the registrant is indeed the student completing the course? Are those procedures in place? And just like if they were physically on campus, are the policies accessible online that the school expects of the student, and the student offsite using the platform, using the online platform, do they have access to those policies, and are they clear? other than that, it's there's not a lot to speak on it other than those things. Now, uh, like I said earlier, this is something that I will not necessarily right now, but we'll have to delve into because I'm quite sure that the administration will lean on whatever skill set that I have to administer the online platform to students because there's and the reason they're entertaining is this because there's more and more people that are needed that to meet their schedule and to be trained in an area of that a marketable skill that that these things are available to them. Because right now the TCATS, the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, is has been set up so that at no point in the state is an adult learner outside a 50-mile radius of a TCAT system. However, that I doubt that's actually the case, and it may be less than 50 miles, but it may be uh, quite a chore, especially if you're from Middle Tennessee to the right-hand side of the state, where it's very mountainous and not easily accessible to the campus. So there's a heavy push right now for that, and I'm wondering if this would accreditation take into account the push for the BYOD, bring your own device, where the student brings their device, and is the school responsible for the upkeep? The only thing I can think of is that the school would be responsible for the upkeep is the bandwidth of the internet access. However, the students with their cell phones and such have their own uh, internet access through their smartphone or their tablet. So uh, that's just a couple questions that I was wondering that I actually cannot answer. That and maybe just like the laws under for technology has not kept up with the laws are antiquated to still in the typewriter age, and the federal and state laws are slowly catching up. And I'm wondering if in the future that accreditation for a school will be much more severe um, in light of the technology that's available for online learning because the online learning has grown exponentially. Other than that, that's about all that I found within the COE, the Council on Occupational Education, Standard 11, distance learning. And there you go. Thanks for watching.